Okay, cheers everyone. We're going to be playing some Age of Wonders 4. I've got to think of something to talk about while this all loads in, because it always takes forever to actually load. So we'll just let the game start loading in and doing its thing. I've only just woken up, so going to be a little bit groggy here, but we're going to continue on with this Underground Dwarves run that we're doing, which is I'm finding really, really interesting. Hi Lewis, how are you going? Yeah, I'm finding this really fascinating actually, this particular run. It's I'm enjoying it a lot, and but I didn't want forgetting where I'm up to. I think we're ready to go marching. I think that's pretty much where we're up to in the game. But I think we've got a group of 3. We really need 4 to go and take out enemy castles and things, because we need to have like a spare set to sort of take along with us. I know that we've got like a couple of stacks in the north underground that are actually sort of just clearing out around around some of the cities there, which is fine. But in our main group, the main group that we've got sort of going off to attack different areas is not as they're pretty strong, but they've I think that they're enough to take out maybe some of the independent cities and things like that. So we'll see how that one goes. I think we're sort of up to that stage now in the game, and we'll just keep on sort of rattling through. I don't think we've gone any much further than that. We're seeing that some of the other factions are now starting to struggle a little bit, and we've been able to go from strength to strength. I'm really actually quite happy with the setting that we actually have for ourselves, which we'll go through when we get into the actual game itself, with the actual dwarf makeup that we're using, particularly the extra sort of cultural aspect that we picked for ourselves, which I forget what it's called, but the one where we end up, whenever we sort of do an exploration underground, we end up with a very good chance of getting 2 different resource nodes, and that's actually paying off really, really well for us. Here we go. We can skip. I've got to turn this thing off. Surely there's got to be a not this bit, but the first little portion. Getting close now. Getting close, guys. We're getting close. So Rocklight saying, glad you did this Age of Wonders stream. I love this game. Like, I absolutely love it. Doesn't take much to sort of get me to play Age of Wonders. And I woke up. I was going to go back to sleep again because it's very, very early for me, and I've only had like about 4 hours sleep. And I thought, look, I really should try to get more sleep, because I've got to go to work today. And it was, I think, geez, like it's sort of not really enough time. And then I started thinking about what I could be doing, and then I thought, I could play Age of Wonders 4. So I didn't go back to sleep. Straight into the game at that point. See how we go. As Gratian saying, all I want to do every game is build a dungeon now. Actually, I've got to talking about the dungeon areas. I've got to work on that, because I meant to read up a bit more about the actual dungeons themselves. Not the dungeon for the leaders, but the actual dungeon biome. And I don't think I've built any of those, and we're sort of built now we're going that way to actually sort of get the dungeon thing. I don't know if you're meaning building a dungeon underground, like as in a city underground, or whether you mean building the actual dungeon biome, which is what we're up to now in the game, and we haven't actually started to do that. We really should do it, so maybe we'll sort of have a bit of a look at that as well, because that's part of the new tome. So yeah, I'm not sure which one you mean, Gratian, but I've got to say I'm really impressed with the underground. I'm so glad we chose this to show this in this particular run, because it just looks fantastic what they've done with the underground now. It sort of works very, very well, and it's engaging. It's there's a lot you can do underground now. Even with the extra in the Giant King DLC, the other bits and pieces that you get. Yeah, the Tome of the Dungeon Depths. Yes. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, sort of testing that. I haven't really used that yet. Lawrence Andrew is saying Age of Wonders 4, so good. Yes, it is. It's an incredible game. Incredible. It just takes forever to load in. I've got to get myself an SSD card for Steam. I think I'll have to always think about it after I start a game, and then by the time I finish it, I forget about it. So, I'm going to have to somehow try to remember to go and get myself probably 2 terabytes would do it, I think, for Steam. I've got a pretty big Steam library. I have a lot of the things turned off. It's funny, actually, I've just installed Regiments again. I haven't played Regiments for a year and a half or so, I don't think, and I was just going to give that one a bit of a crack as well at some point, because I was playing the Broken Arrow beta. I was allowed to show that yesterday on the Slytherin channel, and God, it's good. It's so it's such a good game. And then then basically there was discussion about whether to how it compares to Regiments and other sorts of games. And I didn't really think much of Regiments when I first played it, but it rates very highly, and so I'm thinking I've got to give that another go. See what it's like. This is what I mean. I've got to turn this thing off. Skip this. I thought that was actually a setting to. It may be a mod that I've got that gets rid of it. All right, let's continue. Actually, what I'll just do is I'll go to load game and just make sure it is there. Should be there, just the strategic turn. Only 57. Okay, that's not too bad. So we load the game in and then get into it. So High Supreme Plague, if I didn't say that before, and say Age of Wonders 4 is good, I still have like playing Age of Wonders 3 with mods, a tiny bit more. Wow, okay. Yeah, I can't play Age of Wonders 3 anymore. I find this just so much better. All right, so that was defeat. Oh, that's right, we got caught with one of our scouts by a level 4 player. We were at war with 2. Going down with this one through here, so negative 350. This one here is still positive, actually. Vanilla, that's the with the Star Sailing Fae. So we'll just go and close this one and start to wander through. I think we were up to I don't know what we were doing here actually, but anyway, we'll keep on going. Supreme Plague saying I think they play very different. So and play both. Yeah, look, they are. What's your favourite start in Age of Wonders 3, by the way? I mean, I think that plays a big role in it. I've got a guess in mind. I should say what I think the guess is. I think it's a human rogue. I'm just trying to think of what's really, really different in Age of Wonders 3 compared to Age of Wonders 4. And Human Rogue is a very, very interesting playthrough in Age of Wonders 3. But I may be completely wrong. There's so many parameters. Hi, Began, how you going? Lawrence is saying, I can't believe you're still rocking a spin disk, Daz. I'm old too, but you've got to swap out. It's funny because I've got actually 2 SSDs and one hard drive. And so I've got one SSD that I just dedicate for running Windows. And so pretty much nothing else really gets saved to that. I've got another SSD that I use for my recordings. So when I'm recording videos, it records directly to another SSD, which I thought that was going to be better for recordings. But in hindsight, I probably should have actually switched them, like the hard drive and that one around, because I don't think it's all that. I don't think it requires a lot to have the SSD doing that one. But I don't want to be doing like a full transfer out from one to the other. And then the hard drive I just left for Steam and sort of work file type stuff, So I just had it sort of for storing things. And in hindsight, it was a bit of a problem. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a 4th SSD just purely for Steam, and just play it that way, and sort of have it so that it sort of just kicks in. I've got to also check. I've got a big computer. I should be able to store another hard drive in it, I think. All right, so let's continue on. So. Okay, but Supreme Flank. So, I use a lot of mods with lots of other units in the game, so I would say it depends. Oh, there we go. Yep, on my final achievement in this, I had a ton of trouble completing the Archelot setting. I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. Right, so anyway, let's continue on with the game. Now we've got orders. Back through here. So we've got ourselves, this is an aspirant knight, which is sort of coming back through. I should actually I think what I might do, this is actually one of the... So Dragon Gate is... This is actually... Oh God, I forget where we are. This is the city in the north. And then we've got ourselves a group in through here of also northern forces. I'll just leave it where that is. Yeah, we're up to the ending our turn. I don't think there's anything I have to really act on. What we might have a look at before we even get started. We're only really playing underground at this stage. We've really done nothing much above ground. Bulletin is our capital. So I don't really... Okay, the money is okay. The mana is okay. But we're getting the market at the moment. Let's have a look and see what else we can do. Dungeoneering Conclave. So these are the different things. We've got Spelljam, which I don't really care too much about, to be honest. I don't want the mana drain. The Silent Barracks. So this is a +1 fortification health per adjacent dungeon province. So I've got to get the dungeon provinces up and firing. So +3 city stability per adjacent dungeon province. A KO Arbalist, a Clay Charger or Clay Defender joins combat on your side. Counts as a quarry, must be built on an acquired underground province. So I've got to get dungeon provinces, and I haven't actually done that yet. It says we can actually expand the city. Why did I not do that immediately? What was I going to do instead? This Dungeoneering Conclave. Okay, so special province improvement. So this one here, every turn a province in the city's domain gains dungeon. So gain 2 production per adjacent dungeon province. Counts as a research post. Must be built on an acquired underground province. So that can be built anywhere. So that's going to count as a research post. That's the one that we have to then go and do. The Dungeoneering Conclave. The Clay Forge gives me, again, this is counts as a quarry. Must be built on an acquired underground province. That's a drafting of KR Bliss, yeah, and defender units. Okay, so that's. I'm guessing we'll queue one of these up. But why didn't I choose something already? Now I want to get something fairly much in the middle here. This Rune Carver's camping through here. This one here is it's giving me a lot of extra stuff. See, it's +3 mana per adjacent quarry. So if I do get a, let's just say that we end up with this being one of those special quarry units, ultimately, then I can actually grab this one as the Dungeoneering loop and have it go off. But that's the border there of the. So that's actually sort of where I would want that to be, I think. So I'm thinking that I bring that into here. I've also got a mine there as well, which I can. Yeah, I can actually. I think I'll actually start with the conclave in there, but it will only then sort of operate from here with this other city. So Umbor actually is sort of out. It's expanding up into here, and I think I really need to allow Umbor to continue expanding out this way. If I got that one there for this city, this is blocked off for the other one. I could then use the Dungeoneering. Built a farm there just initially. It's going to change anyway. Yeah, it's a hard one to sort of figure out which way we want to go with things. So I've also got an extra mine that I can get from there. This would be pretty cool to get other things, but then we're not going to have the... So we've got quarries in around here. Again, I don't really want to... I would prefer to have the other one sort of further away. So I'm thinking I maybe even start to build way back over here. Yeah, anything next... Look, this is next to 2 quarries. So again, that's... I'm better off coming back out. I've got farms out this way. Let's go and grab ourselves another farm. And then we'll build the... I'll build it in here just so we can then sort of start to expand in around this area. So we'll build a farm. We'll just do that one initially. And then we'll start to build from that location, I think, with the dungeons. And, you know, that was a mistake. I should have gone further this way. Because I need to be near this one over here. Anyway, we'll eventually get there. So, oh, sorry guys, we got someone we have to remove. Ban, there we go. Bot alert, thank you. Yeah, they're gone. So that was on Twitch. Yeah, we'll just end my turn there. I don't think the other cities have to do anything at this point in time. I could get another unit. I just don't think I don't think I really need it. So let's just end our turn. I don't even know where my main army actually is, but we'll find it. Right, here we go. So we've got a rivalry was declared on you. Okay, so we've now she's now going backwards at a fast rate of knots. So we'll just say goodbye. Negotiations succeeded back into here. This was with the Free City. So we're the only one here with this one here, which is good. With a pact of cooperation. Just go good news. Proceed. That's sort of in the top corner where no one's actually seen that one. So bulletin, produce the market. So we'll just go back in. Now this is actually where we do want to. I think I will build it in here. And we'll just start from this location. So we'll go and build the Dungeoneering Conclave. So the Clay Forge. Oh, hang on. No, this is fine. Yeah, no, this is fine. I can still build. I can still build out. If I build, what have I got in there? Got a mine there. Got a farm there, and then a conduit there. I could build it there. I could replace the mine with this Dungeoneering Conclave. My gold is fine, so I think I'll do that. So we'll replace the mine. Is that the only mine that we've got? No, we've got one other mine. So we'll get that one built there. And in terms of units, things are changing into Liege Guards anyway, so I'm sort of actually happy enough. Until we can get the tier 4s, I'm sort of going to just keep things sort of thumping along, I think. Back over through here, this is actually where we do actually have another stack, which it looks like I was heading up above ground for some reason. Yeah, we've headed out this way. We haven't bothered going into there yet. Let's have a look and see what the above ground is in around this area. So Oracle is extending over to here. This is all part of Oracle, which we are going to have under our control anyway, by the looks. So with our forces, we haven't even started to look above ground at all. It's very hard to read cities in here. Normally they won't allow black on black, but that's what's actually happened in here. This is this guy here, Kier Gildencrest, is coming 4th or 5th, so he's actually not doing too well. So we've got some cities of his. There's a border with another one of his in there, by the looks. Do I want to go above ground or below ground? We saw that there was a unit that was travelling around in here, so maybe what we'll do is we'll go above ground, but this is not really a great one for being able to do things. We've got ourselves an outpost back over here, which I was going to grab something else there because there was a we've picked up a Archon Blood there, and I thought there was something else we could get from here. Let's have a bit of a look. Yeah, there's this one here where we could actually pick up that node. So we'll actually go and do that. Get a work camp. So we'll go and do that one. It drains a bit of gold each time, but that's not really a big problem. All right, so get that one underway. Let's just turn those back off again. So Natia is saying underground dwarves going to make an overworld outpost. Yes, just for the resources. We've actually got a fair few of them. So we've got like the full kit of ores, so the underground things, like the Fireforged Stone, Focus Crystals, and Arcanium ore. We've got one each of those. We've almost got everything except for Astral Dew, which is the liquids, and the plants we don't have any yet. So Astral Dew will be the next one that we're looking for. So you've got the Archon Blood, the Tranquility Pool somewhere else as well. So if we have a bit of a look, we can, like, we should find them above ground. These will be sort of things that we don't have access to. I think we can get, I think these can be either above or below, but typically the ores will be underground. It's a gold vein there. Let's go back and have another look. What's this one? It's focus crystals. So that's ores. Okay, it looks like they've changed the rules of how they used to operate with those. It's interesting, actually, that they've done that. Yeah, I'm not seeing the one that we need, but we haven't really had a good look above ground. What's that one there? That's Blossom Orchard. It's a different type of thing again. Silver tongue fruit. We haven't got that one yet. That's going to be still so Seagull Guard. Yeah, let's actually maybe move with our forces in both directions, because we can come out of this location and start to sort of push things into here. There's it's just pastures there. It's funny, there's normally good stuff in around here. Pearl Mine. Yeah, not seeing much for what... actually, they've got the Tranquility Pool is coming from Oracle. So that's how we're getting the Tranquility Pool from there. All right, let's go back and just go back to each group. I wish as you click this, it would cycle through the units. Oh, damn it. What's it done? Yeah, no, it's just keeping the same one. Let's go above ground. So this is just really a group of 2 with 1 extra unit. And we'll just start to sort of move around on the top here a little bit and have a bit of a look around. Go. Next one. Okay, this is my main stack, where I do actually have like the start of something else. Now there was a siege going on somewhere. Yeah, there's a siege here that we have to get to. So that's right, I remember that now. So we need to bring this one up. So all of these need to move as quickly as they possibly can. Well, so we were opening up this area for expansion for this new city that we've got. So this is our main army, but that siege is going to be over before we get there. So what we have to do with the siege is actually try to get there before they can change whatever that's going to happen in the city itself. This group is going to go back up as well and move across with the others. That's our actual hero. And you're just going to go up as well, just on your own. So it's a knight. We'll leave them all together. Okay, orders required in through here. So we're just really sort of scouting out. This is the back end of the map. Nothing else we can do down that way. Let's just keep on searching. I don't mind if these get killed. Nati, you're saying that's like a lunar base for them on the above world. Yes, I can live with that, but I'm not going to build the city out of it. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that with the outpost. So we've got the 3 cities that we require. Sure, we've got 4 cities that we actually now need. Which I'm happy with. I've got good Imperium now, but I'm not getting much income yet, so I need to improve this. Got nothing draining, which is good, but yeah, we'll just keep on thumping along with the Imperium. Well, I guess we'll... yeah, we're not going to be able to get... Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to reach Severford. Now, we built Severford ourselves. This group is besieging it. It's only got a strength of 540 odd. This one's got 560, so they may be able to withhold the siege. There's only one more turn and then they can sort of go and do it. Let's just end the turn and see what happens here. There may be another group coming. We need to keep this because it's got the... Here they come. So they did take it, but they didn't get it all their own way. So now we lose the Fireforge stone. So we actually built this city, then vassal, and then released it as a vassal when we saw this massive underground area for Stronghold, and so Stronghold ultimately ends up in the underground. We've also got to get to the point where I can actually go on the lava. That would be good. I'm not sure how we do that actually. I haven't played with that portion of the game before. Now this one here, we just need to keep on coming up. There's going to be a couple of turns while they're doing stuff in through here. We don't know exactly what they're going to be doing. But if they're going to, like it'll take a couple of turns for it to then turn over to whatever they want to have happen with it. So we need to be there with our army to stop them. Just keep them coming. So we'll sort of come smashing through and retake the city and then release it again as another vassal. Empire development skill, what did we end up picking up? We picked up the teleporter, and we've also picked up this one as well. So this is Maturium, special province improvement. Okay, so special province improvements cost less production and less gold to build. A bit expensive for us. Then over through here we can grow and grab all adjacent, all currently active units permanently gain +1 defense and +1 resistance. That wouldn't be bad, but again it's a bit too expensive for us. So we will leave that, Siege Masters. We're going to start doing sieges now. Special province improvements now gain +5 gold. There's 200 Imperium. That wouldn't be bad. Throne City and cities that share a border with the Throne City gain +10% of all types of income. Let's do that. It would just be interesting to see. We're getting +328 and +22. Let's just see, because they've got 2 cities that qualify for that. And nearly 3, but only 2 are actually going to be able to do this. Yeah, it went up. The mana went up, substantially, which is good. So that's actually fine. That was a good thing to have happen. Mana is the thing we really want to get more of. So it's Dragon Gate produced the. So this is the northern city, and nice. It's a good city actually. This one here. One thing we have to do though is we've only got 20 protection, but I might get the Dungeoneering Conclave in here as well. Where to put it again, maybe just around where we've got the farming. The farming is giving us really good growth. Now, I was going to do something with this maze, ultimately, because we've got the Meridian Maze. Actually, if I just right click, or just get out of this one here, Meridian Maze is we've already got 3 areas there. So a mine in this province grants 3 gold. A quarry in this province grants +10 production. A city with 3 provinces adjacent to this landmark gain 20 binding essence and 5 fragments additional income. So that means that when we go into here, we're actually picking up really, really good binding fragments and binding essence. So we're getting an income here because of this particular location. This is actually the main reason that we need to be at this location. So I'll close that one off. It just means we'll be able to build very, very powerful items fairly soon. Actually, we've sort of been picking up bits and pieces as we go, so we don't have to really worry. I mean, we've got a couple of things there. It would be good to be either quarries or mines. We don't have to deal with that one. We've got here Horde of the Fallen as well, and this also produces adjacent. Get +5 gold, and we also get, if we get 3 provinces, we can get tier 4 and 5 dragon units, but we can't build them yet. But we're close. We are close. So I think I'll actually make a dungeon province somewhere in through here. Maybe this one here. So let's go back and do that. I'm sort of tempted to go and try to get even more battlements. It's going to give me the Arcane Institute +15 knowledge income. Actually, that would be That would be good. Bathhouse there. The city stability is okay. It's not fantastic. The blacksmith, you get more draft. We don't actually. +1 starting rank for every tier 1 unit would be good. This one here gives us support structure to defend your city against sieges. I'm not seeing the amount that we get for that one, but these are all going to add to it. The estate hall gives me +30 food income, which is not boosted yet. We need the boost is 3 foresters, and I actually don't have any of those. But that would be pretty damn good at this stage. The market, we don't really need. Masonic Hall I can get in 5. Actually, this one is now boosted. Let's get this one here. The Town Hall, that's going to give me level 3 city units. We need to get to tier 4 to be able to get the dragons, so we're getting closer. Ball produced a library. They're happy. Stonemason is boosted. The vendor is boosted. Okay, so this one here. Yeah, I might as well go that way, I guess. Again, I do actually have the ability to get more of the of these dungeoneering conclaves. Getting the research posts. Mine, yeah, it's. I don't know if I really want to be doing that, to be honest. So let's just go back. We'll just go and get a stonemason. Get the production up. All right, that's good. It's producing rations at the moment, so there must have been some event that happened, I think, in the last time. So, so Flopsy Doodle saying, how do you get crops underground with no sun? Or I'm overthinking stuff again. You think you're overthinking things, but you do have mushrooms. You do have mushroom farms available. Plump helmets. There we go. So there are, like this is for example a forest. So this is a mushroom forest, but these count as forests. So I'm guessing the mushroom farms would be the farms for the underground. So so hi Matthew, how you going? Okay, so yep. So Gretchen's saying get it makes you are look awesome. I'm not sure what you mean. Bite the bullet, get the dungeoneering complex. Yeah, I'll get a couple of them. Start to sort of get them going. So we'll get that one in through there. Let's continue on. Severford captured by. So Severford is this city here. So we need to come back and reclaim this, and then just really do some damage here. Bulletin can annex another province. So Bulletin is our capital. So we're sort of leaving this for the expansion of Umbor. And so we can grab another province in here. Now we've got that one building in that location. I think I'll head up this way. I can grab more mana there. Mana is so important to me. Build a research there. We end up with another 5 research, but I'll go mana. Just to get right on top of this. Stronghold can annex another province as well. So Stronghold is where we are sort of expanding in. Now I can grab the Gorgon's Lair. This is going to give me 5 Imperium by claiming this. And so I'm thinking that that's probably going to be very, very important for me to get that, even more so than these special areas that I can actually go and grab. So we do have this one as well. Build a cinder conduit. Yeah, it's not really enough. So I think I'll grab this one here just to pick up the extras. So we'll claim the Gorgon's Lair. Hi Northrex, how you going? Another strategy game I do not know about. Cool. This is a great game. This is the best game. All right, so we've got this little group of 3. Now, we don't know what's out through here. We know that there's a city down below that we're probably not going to be able to take that city in reality. It's not really going to be that good for us. I think we'll just move to the, there's something there, there's a border there. Let's just see what we're dealing with. Yeah, they can move across. And there's another city. Oh, that's his capital there. Right. Well, actually, that's going to be too much for us. I'll just keep them together. And that other border that we're seeing is not something we want to be dealing with. So I'm going to leave that. We'll go south because this city here is a fair way away. We may be able to sort of come smashing through and grab whatever it is that they've got, and you know, make do with that. Oh, we've got something else up there now. That is the fire giant. That's like his home base is close here somewhere. Don't know exactly where. We have to be careful because we're at war with him. There's one there. What's that? Actually, that's his home base there. All right, so we'll actually we should be in a position to take this fairly soon. Let's just go back across to where this is. Is he going to come after us? Look, I'll just go this way, just to sort of move out of his line of sight, hopefully. Okay. Oh, look, I might just let him chase me. You can chase me down. We're just here for scouting anyway. It's my last scout. So he's come down from the underground. Sorry, from the above ground. So we'll end our turn there. Now they're moving south. Alright, so yeah, we're going to have to deal with these. That's an invasion force. Just killed off one of the groups that had gone off to raid him. I'm just going to auto combat this one. It's a bit one-sided, just a little bit. Did some damage. I think I need to get a third stack in the north. Now, these are raiders. Okay, she's been banished to the void. Gust of rumours thundered through the realm. Verenya has been defeated. Her empire lies in ruins. This is the one that was friendly with us. For better or worse, the banishment of Grand Ceres Venya is left a vacuum. Confiscate the gold, so we get 100. Yeah, we end up with a worse alignment, which I'm going to have to start going that way. So I will actually take this. So Merchant of Mounts. So scouts report that a beast wrangler traded the wilderness for your domain and set up camp northwest of Bulletin. Of Bulletin. We have not seen him with our own eyes, my giant queen. You detect admiration in your scout's voice. Yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. So. Expect the beast wrangler. Okay, a wandering animal trader accepts payment in gold to supply mounts with both magical. Okay, that's pretty cool. So he's set up here. These are new in the game, where you can actually then go and talk with them. So some of these require, like this is a graceful judge. Mounts, mounted units are more common and gain a graceful judge mount. So plus 5 hit points, gains a touch of grace. We don't need that one. The Dread Spider mount. These are big. Gains a web ability, gains swift. Additional units become cavalry. Ruler starts with a spider mount. Yeah, that's different again. This is sort of like, it's got the description for when they first come in. Hunter spiders, which allows to jump. Blessed dragon mount. We've already got one of those. An elephant mount. I'll just go and we'll figure out what to do with that. another time. So he's come through just setting up shop at that location for now. He'll be there for about 10 turns or so. Now at Umbor, I've really got to just keep these units where they are, but unfortunately we're being raided here by this group, and that's sort of where we're going to have to come down to defend everything. Yeah, let's just go through them all. So Venya has been defeated. Battle 1. So this is actually like a wandering stack. And they're going to raid my province, so I really do have to get back to deal with this as well. Alignment change, we're now gone to evil. So she went into the void way over here. Spell's ready to cast. Okay, so we've got the copper golem. I could bring that in. It's only tier 1, so it's not really something that I want. Summon a rock run still on the target province, which will appear on the empty text and terraforming 20 turns every turn. I won't worry about that one. I think I've already got 1 or 2 of those. Just close that one off. Yeah, at the moment, with spell upkeep is paid each turn. We're certainly spending a lot in what we're doing here. You can see the unit enchantment upkeep of 223. I'll start to build up another stack, I think. Workers' camp. So back into here again. We've got the build a research post or a mana node. I might build a research post here actually. So just get that one established. Umbor can grab another province. So this is one being raided above. So we'll start to build up a group in here, I think. To we just need a stack of like a stack of 6, and they can just be fairly basic to be able to then sort of. They should be basic ones should be fine for what we're doing. So we can go up above, but I don't think there's anything like in the above ground that's actually going to sort of work for us. Well, that one's now under siege, so we can't go beyond there. So that's coming up through this area through here. I'll just get more farming. Just keep on going for the growth. I could release that as another vassal if we find another really good location. Travelling slowly under here. We should be travelling fast. Not sure why. Still 2 turns away from whatever they're doing in here. And like to get back down to here is a long time, 9 turns, and it wants to go underground again. So I will actually send it back for defense. I'll move that one ahead of the others. Okay, bulletin. So we'll start to build up more of what we're doing. We've got the Materium bolstering matrix in through here. Materium buff and healing spells grant 3 bolstered defense. Stonemason. I'll get the production because if we can really start to sort of rattle forward with things. We need to have 15 population, which is still a little way off with getting that one through there. Wizard Tower, the Room of Recall. Yeah, we don't really need that one so much. Wizard Tower Apex, that's 11 turns. I'll just go this way and just get the so we can build faster. Alright, units. So I'm going to go with I'm going to start to build up a stack. So we'll get a Pyromancer. Yeah, then we'll just get some basic archers. I might even just queue them up actually. A couple of defenders. And don't really need the liege guards as such. So these are just going to be really, really basic, but they'll do the job, and then maybe just one knight. Well, let's go and hurry her along, and so she'll just come into this. We'll start to sort of build up. We've got a group in through here as well. This one here is from Bulletin, sorry, from Umbor, which is this flag through here. This is House Elmdent, home city of Umbor, and this one here is the home city of like essentially this is now a capital unit. I love this what they've done with the feudal system now, where they sort of fight better if they're with their own group. So it's pretty cool. Hi Sithil, how are you going? Let's go back this way. Leave you where you are. So in turn, unfortunately, we're going to need to build up a group before we can really go off and fight. So we'll just keep on building up these low tier units. Anyway, end our turn. And if that siege finishes, yeah, they've taken it. Damn it! So that's now fallen completely. We didn't get there in time. Encouraging internal thirst. Okay, so what do they want us to do? In this case, we're just going to go ask for them for a quest. Okay, so capturing lost wizards, battle quest. So we need to slay 9 units. The Eternal Sages approach you with a request. I shall return with the lost wizard. So we have to go after one of the Eldritch wizards. Actually, I thought I could build something. I should have done that instead. Now they are in the north. So there's a group in there, 765 and 644. 967, and what's the other one that we've got? 803. So technically, we are better than them, just. Right, let's go down underground and build more units. Grab another Pyromancer. Do the same sort of deal that we did with the other one as well. We'll hurry her recruitment as well. So we'll just go and sit near where we are. And just start to build this stack up. So I was going to send this one down to defend the bottom region, but I'm going to have to sort of leave that alone, I think, until we can get another stack. So we'll just go and deal with the attack on this city here, I think, with our main group. So let's continue on. Yep, vassal has been taken from you. All right, well, we'll get that one back. Unfortunately, we didn't get there in time. So Severford has sent a war party. Hostile army from Severford has been sent to raid your domain, so we'll have to go and clean that up now as well. Rings of Binding collection has now been lost because they had the the Fireforged stone was there. Yeah, Empire development skill. We have this one now, which is vassals grant plus 10 gold in tribute. Why not? We might as well go and get that one. We also have this one here. Units regenerate additional 15 hit points per turn in friendly domain. Yeah, it's just gonna allow us to bounce fairly quickly. So I'll grab that one. We're going to need to keep 200 odd through here to get the other city back. Bulletin produced the archer. And if we just go back in here and hurry the recruitment of the next one, that's going to give us a stack of 3 at least. Let's wait until we get all 6. We also want to go and do the same thing up at Dragon Gate. Why can't we do... Oh, we've already used it. We used hurry production. I thought we could do that individually. I've already done it here, have I? I must have already done it there. Stronghold produced a library. And we've got a unit there as well that's just been built. Have it come across as well. Oh, yep, that's fine. Produce the archer there, that's okay. Oh, here we go. So we're close now. With that one. Okay, well, we'll build up and then we'll go with a stack of 3, like a 3 stack. That will then be a nice protection that we're then going to have across the board. Just leave that one where that is. Actually, how are we going here? Yeah, that's okay. They're still leveling up. That Stronghold's just the newest of the cities that we've got. So we'll end our turn in here. It's just a low level group. Just gonna grab myself a drink of water, be right back. Ooh, that's good. Alright, so Severford has actually come through with a heap of leaders in through this other side. Got a few aspirant knights. I might actually play this one out manually, I think, even though it's very, very one-sided. This is good, and so we were. I was worried that we weren't going to be close enough with her. I was thinking, oh, I shouldn't have moved her up as far as we were, but we're just inside the limit to be able to get all 3 of our main stacks coming in to fight. So let's go and play this one out manually and just go through how the tactical battles work. I didn't really do a good job of that last time because we were playing, the battles were too small. This one's going to be a bit more interesting. So you can sort of see what units have got. You can click on these, or you can right click on these to see what you're actually dealing with. Now these are going to be the same dwarves that we're using as well, these valiant dwarves, which is the same as what we've got. So and we are the keeper of these units. Now we're going to get this one back, so I'm not really too concerned, but this will sort of destroy essentially what they've got as their sort of protection group at this point in time. So one of these is an army that is going to raid us, and the other one is protection for the actual city itself. Hi, orangutans and also Tenru. So orangutan saying, enjoyed the Dwarf Fortress stream, but 1 death is an accident, 2 is tragic, 4 beginning to look like criminal negligence. Yeah, I know, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Well, I did actually set up the at the end there. I did set up the units to try to protect them, and they did do a good job at the back end of that one. It was a great stream, says orangutans. Thanks for that. I really love playing Dwarf Fortress. Anyway, let's go and play this one manually, and I'll just then talk about the way that combat works. So, no, sorry, just a couple of comments there. Sorry, guys, on the Knight Templar saying, would you recommend Age of Wonders 4? They've played Total Warhammer 3. Looks similar. It's very well. This will be what you'll probably like. These battles are really where this game shines, and it does a much better job than Warhammer 3. Warhammer 3 is great for immersion. This game is as well, but but this one here, the combat system in this there's nothing close to it. Like, it's very, very cool the way it sort of does work. Flopsy Doodle saying, a wager if you attack the shopkeeper, he'd be a tough adversary. Yeah, with all those mounts. Yes, he would be anyway. Like, he's going to have his own guards. And Foxy Doodle did actually answer, I would. It reminds me of Warhammer, albeit a bit with turn-based battles instead of real-time. Yeah, so it is a, like, Warhammer's got the turn-based, strategic turns and then the tactical battles in real time. But in this case, the It's all turn-based. And the actual combat in Age of Wonders 4 is much, much more... like, you've got to be very careful. Like, if you make one wrong move... like, the game does encourage you to save scum. And this is actually where some people get frustrated with this game, because it's the tactical combat... if you make one mistake, you can lose the battle, and so you've got to be extremely careful with what you do with your units. But I really like it. It's like a really intricate, like every tactical battle. This one won't be because it's so one-sided, but the tactical battles can really become quite difficult, and which is actually really good fun. Yeah, so BLD is saying you can recreate your favourite Warhammer factions as well. Sort of. In this case, we're actually playing as a as a pretty much just purely a Dwarven faction. And so we've actually created like a Dwarven faction for ourselves, and you create the faction that you want, and so you do actually have your standard fantasy races. You've also got some unusual ones as well, and so you can see that there's little special like symbols above them. These are buffs that we've then applied to our units. Let's actually do a bit of a deep dive on this one. I'll spend some time going through how this one works. Our main leader is this giantess. So she's the one that we came in with. She's the leader of their whole group. She's got some very, very powerful abilities that she can then sort of make use of in the combat. On the other side, maybe we'll start with the other side, and then we'll sort of just work our side through as we need to. The little symbols you see, like these little green symbols, indicate the class of unit that you're dealing with, that you've got, and what you need to be doing really is trying to get some protection type units, like your melee type units, like these guys with the shields, to protect your mages, which is what this is. Your archers, for example, these are shock units, these cavalry units. So that's like these can travel quite a distance. What you need to be doing here is be thinking very defensively when you play Age of Wonders. Like any Age of Wonders game is all about really the defense. I've got hero units as well, which are these units in through here. And these are controlling different groups as well. So they've got their own sort of forces that they all have got coming back into the actual fight. As we go back across, we'll have a look and see what they've actually got. So they've got three heroes, I think. Yeah, so they've got a hero back over through here. And so this is a shield unit hero. You can sort of see with the sword and shield. And so if I just go and click on his face, I can sort of see what he has got. So if he's got anything special, he's just got a basic feudal longsword and also a feudal shield. So he's just got literally just the basic equipment. So that's him. Not going to have anything much really to worry about. So he's actually a simple one. This one here is looks like he's a mage of types. Bok Acker, yeah. So he is. Oh, actually, no, he's not. He's a like a berserker, and so he's coming in with a striking typhoon. This would be cool to get. This is a tier 4 primary weapon. So this is it's got a charge strike which does 30 physical damage. I'll talk about how the damage works as well. The charge attack has only got, you see the 3 dots. There's 2 blue dots and a white dot underneath the 30. I don't know if I can show that. Oh, yeah, I can. This bit, so 30 is the physical damage, and when you see that little thing there, that means physical damage. So 30 physical damage. Then we've got the it takes 1 action point. You've got 3 action points in total that you can when you start a turn. This one doesn't. It just fires once. It's just a one-shot weapon, and then does so. It only can use it once per turn. So it's not. It doesn't use up all of the actual action points. Some other things will take up all the action points, and some of them will be that you can't use them. If it's just a single dot on its own, it means you can't move. You have to use all 3 action points to fire it off. But in this case, it's 1 action point, but you only get to use it once. And then it's got gains 20% damage per hex travelled, cancels defense mode of the enemy unit, removes retaliation attacks. So this has got Grim Executioner. So when this unit kills another, it gains 3 fortune. Keen Edge, plus 20% critical hit chance. Ignore status resistance. All abilities above 2 status resistance are ignored. Sundered resistance. Inflict 2 sundered resistance. And what these are is essentially it reduces the resistance to spells and things. Area damage. So deal 30% of the damage to a random unit within 3 hexes. So this one does chained damage to other units. So he's going to be quite something we have to go and finish off. So it means that essentially 10 10 physical damage will then be done to someone else, and an arcane skirmisher. So grants prepared spell for 2 turns. Now, not that we really need that as such. He also has a special attack, which is a whirlwind strike. And so what this one does is, again, it's 20 damage. And so it deals damage to all adjacent units. So if it gets surrounded, it can then actually use this to do the damage. He's only got 80 hit points, and he's only got 5 defense. So he's not going to be too much of a difficult prospect for us. He does have reasonable status resistance. And when we look at his resistances, yeah, he's protecting himself 41% from all different types of magical damage. And from physical damage, he's got a 41% there as well. So that's that particular unit. But he's got a very, very powerful weapon. He also is wearing a charged mantle cape, which gives him, like, he's not really, like, that whirlwind strike, I don't think that's counted as magic. Anyway, let's just go and close him off. So that's him. Then the other unit that we've got is back over through here, which is this unit, and this one is a mage, the Jonah Acker. And so in this case, he is coming in with a tier 1 Staff of Spirit damage. So he does spirit damage there, but he also has the chance to blind units, so 90% chance of inflicting blind for 1 turn, which will then mean that anything that's long range will actually have a really, really poor attack. So he's got that as well. He's got Conjure Wild Growth, so create Obscuring Flora. What's that through there? Tier 3, armor maintenance. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. It'd be good if we could somehow get hold of that. Conjure the Astral Ward. We should be able to, like, some of these things I wouldn't mind grabbing for my own units. Defense mode warding, back in through here. Into turn, it goes into defense mode. Yeah, so it's got different things in through here. It's silly. It doesn't do any healing, which is means that he's not going to be able to heal up his units. So he's got to restore. Okay, here we go. He can heal up units. So that's the first thing he'll do. Anyone that gets damaged, he will then go and heal them up in his first turn. That's sort of what the AI tends to do. Then we've just got like basic shield units. These are going to be pretty much the same as what we've got. So these are, if you have a bit of a look to see what they've got, they don't have anything special. Like ours have got special abilities, theirs don't. There's a charging unit, so again another knight unit. Another knight unit through there, another knight unit there. So we've got 4 knight units, plus the heroes, essentially, and 1 shield unit here. So really no real ranged unit. So all we need to do is set up a defensive line and let them come at us. With the only real big problem being this guy here. So if we have a look to see where he can run down to there. So what we don't want to be doing is putting too much where he can get access to us. And Fajala can actually get up to there anyway. Now she also has an ability. I wouldn't mind if she does take the brunt. You can see there she doesn't have really great defenses, but she does have very high hit points. So she can take damage. And you can see there that we've got like these stalactites. If there's anything that's going to affect the actual gameplay with where you're fighting, it will show up in the left corner here, but there's nothing. So it's just a basic fight. If I move up, it's going to encourage him to go there. And then I've got, some of these are like range 6, so it's fire evocation. Deal damage in a 1 hex radius. I could then do damage to those 3 or even those 3 there. That's going to do 30 fire damage. You can see there again, this is actually only a range 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do damage just to that one through there. I also have Fire Breath. I do actually have this as well. Hurl Large Boulder at range 6, which does deals damage to units in a 1 hex radius, causes them to start burning, and can slow them down, which may then stop him from being able to get hold of us. So if I use that, so that means I could actually, from that location, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can actually fire that into there and actually hit those 3, which I think I'll do. So let's just go and move her up. Because she's so strong, I don't really mind. What do we end up getting? What's the chance? 90% chance of inflicting burning and slowed. So very high chance of actually affecting them. Now they're going to also then have that 90% is going to then be reduced a lot with their own resistances. So this resistance in through here, reduces the chance that you'll be affected by negative status effects. So current chance reduction or 52%. So the 90% will become like 45% chance against this unit. So there's a good chance we won't actually slow him down, but that's still okay. I don't mind if he actually does his charge against us. So let's move up, because we should then be able to smash him. Now, what happens here is if we move that one, let's just see where this one can move. That one can't quite get to where we need to be. I was hoping that he could actually get him really in close behind. I don't think any of these can actually really get there. No, they can't. But let's just go and do it anyway. Because these are so powerful, I can sort of afford to move forward because they're not really going to suffer much damage. Like this one here can do damage to us. That one there can do damage to us. I think that one, yeah, that one could actually get to there. You can see there the charge strike will do 35 damage. If he does it, it's also 35 damage between those two there. This one here can't, but he could then sort of come in behind it. But we'll just start the process. Let's just see if we can actually do something here. So if I smash those into there, that will do a lot of damage. Burning and slowed. Okay, so this one can no longer now reach us. It can only reach to there. That one can only get to there. This one can still actually reach us, so that we will suffer a bit of damage there if that one decides to go for us. That one can't reach us either. Maybe if this one moves out of the way, they might be able to. All right, so that's a good start with what we ended up having with that particular unit. I need to defend against these as well, so I'm going to start to move these up. Now, this unit here is, when you start to sort of look at different things, this one is actually a shield unit, so this one actually is good at shielding things. And because we don't actually have much to really concern ourselves with over this other side, I can start to race these ones forward. It's quite a one-sided attack that we have. This one is a ranged unit. It does actually have a summon a spider, which takes up all 3 action points, but I'm going to get closer before I start to do that. So let's just start to move this one across. There's nothing over this side we need to sort of really deal with. Let's just get these moving up as fast as we can. Just need to try to get these into the actual fight. So they're sort of like this one's giving War Banner, for example, when it kicks, when it sort of comes back through. These as well. I don't want this one to. Well, I guess I could actually. I could move it up if I wanted to, but I'm going to now keep these back where there's support. I'm going to keep this one back, just ready for any opportunity. Keep the range units back up, and see when they move, they've got 3 action points, but as they move forward, 2 action points, 2 action points, 1 action point. So I'll just move all of them up. We don't have to really worry too much about the area of effect attacks now, because we've got that one sort of happening. We're going to move this one up to ultimately help protect her. And then we've got a couple of different units through here that can then move up as well. So I'll start to move them up this way. And I'll move that one up through the middle there. All right, so we've sort of just moved into position. We've done, our first attack with her has been powerful. As a giant queen, she's actually, she's really very, very, very strong. So we'll just end our turn there. Now, they may buff each other up. Yeah, that one's moving off to buff units. And it did come through with this particular attack. We thought that might be the case. They're now moving down as well, but we stayed out of their range. Okay, so now we actually have a situation where she is now has taken a bit of damage. They've brought this thing in, which is an astral ward. So this is a warding link. What does it do actually? It's a tower, so it's mobilised, immune to morale, immune to flanking. So it just automatically uses its abilities each turn. So it's got a warding link through here. Damage sustained by the target friendly unit is transferred to this unit. So essentially what it's going to do is it's going to link to one of the other units, which it hasn't done yet. Next turn it will. Now what we have is with her, I might as well start off with her again. If I go and smash this one, there's no retaliation strike. I also have a flame strike where I can sort of do damage to a bunch of them. And I think I'm going to do that. So I'll just go and do damage back to these heroes again. Now the reason she's got a flame strike, there was a retaliation hit there. Actually, you know what? I should have actually fixed that one up before that actually happened. She's got a wand of fire breath back in through there. That's why she's got that flame attack. She's got a lot of equipment. So we'll be dealing with all of these down this other side. I do have the shock attack through here, which will do a lot of damage. So I'm going to go and do that one now. Okay, and we've sort of created some defensive issues there. The archers, you can see I've got a 65% chance of hitting this one with this archer. And this one here, if I go and have a look at this particular unit, this needler with its crystal shots, you can see there that the dot that it has back in through here is one. It means it's one action point, but can fire for as many action points as we have. So it does this damage for every one that we actually have, and it's got a whole lot of other abilities that we've actually now got for it. So I've got 65% chance there. If I press Control, it will then tell me what's actually impacting this one. So we have minus 25% because of long range. We have a critical hit chance of 20% there, which if we get a critical hit, that's going to be ideally what we want. If I move a unit up, for example, if I move this unit into here, and then go back to this one, see that's going to add to 25 because this one is actually now gotten in the way. I'll just undo that turn. So you can actually undo one turn basically, like for each unit. If I then move another unit after moving that one, I can't then undo that move. But in this case, I'm better off taking the 3 shots here at 65%. There's also another 25% on top of that. So the 65% essentially becomes 90% chance of doing some damage. And so the 25% extra is for a graze. What we'll do is we'll just open up the combat history, which is like a log file, and we'll just go to the bottom and just see what actually happens here. So we can sort of see the rolls that then occur. And so in this case, it will say that we need 35 to get there. But if we roll under 10 on a 100-sided dice, we're going to miss. If we roll between 10 and 35, we're going to get a graze. If you roll over 35, because of the 65 in through there adding up to 100, we're then going to do a full hit. So let's just go and have a look at each of these shots. And one of them was a critical hit there. Actually, 2 of them were. All 3 of them were, I think. Yeah, so we actually rolled 3 critical hits. So, yeah, rolled to hit critical. So and in this case, when you roll a critical hit, there's no escaping it. So that's actually, so there is always going to be the 3 shots then go in as criticals. So we didn't have to, like, this is why when you start to get the chance to, we had a 20% chance of rolling a critical hit. We must have rolled to hit critical. Rolls 10 versus 60. Yeah, I'm not sure what that actually is there, but anyway, we got the 3 critical hits. So so we end up sort of essentially just doing a lot of damage here. This thing is now burning, I think. Yeah, it's burning for three times the burning. So it's going to be taking damage. So it sustains 4 fire damage for each turn, and can stack up to 5 times. And we also then have volatile charge. On expiration, this unit and adjacent friendly units sustain 8 physical damage and sustain 8 lightning damage as well. So this thing here is causing even more damage to this particular stack, this particular unit. Now we also have another one here as well. We now have a 90% because if I press Control, I've got 60% for burning, critical hit chance there of 20% there again, and fiery arrows. So it thinks that based on this 90%, there's none of that long range stuff. We're just going straight through here. We can fire over the top of one unit. If I move this unit up and then have a look, we're down to 50% because that unit has now gone through and then put another unit. In fact, if I just go and show that again, if I go back into here and then press Control, see how it's nearly 40% obscured by a unit? So that unit there was now in the way. So we want to get these shots out of the way first. And we've got to critical hit in there as well. Actually, I'll just get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. So that's been done. Now this one here, we've got another 65% chance for press control. It's long range again, but I prefer to get the 3 shots. So let's just go and see if we can kill this one off. With this one of our mages. Missed. Missed. Wow. That was pretty bad. We actually rolled 2 under 10. So if you're going to have a quick look and see what actually happened there, we rolled a, where's the first pyromancer? So we needed a 35 to get a hit. We needed 10 to just get a graze. We rolled a 4 out of 100, then we rolled a 7 out of 100, and then we rolled 93. So we didn't quite, we only, like, that was very, very unlucky with what actually happened through there. Still got this unit as well. This is still a, if I move to there, it's a 65%. If I move to there, it's a 90%. I've only got 1 shot there. I've got 2 there at 65s. I'll move it up to there. Before I take the shot, it's not going to get the kill there, but the combination of those should get the kill. What I want to do here is though block in. I want these guys here sort of blocking in what we're doing. I'll come back for that. So I will actually go for this one here. And again, if we roll under 10, we're going to miss. Alright, so we had 2 shots there. Now we want to block these off. This one can actually reach this, but if we move into there, there's like a zone of control where it really can't get around us. So I can either just leave it there, that would then allow it to move into there, or if I move into there, it's going to then stop it from getting to this particular unit. So I'm just going to move this one up. And this is a special liege guard, but I'm just going to go and I can do a sworn bond. Actually, what I might do is I might do the sworn bond. Actually, it's range 4. Do any of these have sworn bond? That one does. Yeah, I can actually do it here. To take any more damage, it's going to come back. So that sworn bond means that damage coming through to Fajala will now be taken by this unit. Which is fine. I'm going to move that one up. This one still has its moves. No, it doesn't. Got 1 shot there, 2 there. I can actually still move that one. Yeah, that did actually take all the rest of the moves. If I had a move first, I could have actually done what I needed to do there. Now this one here is going to also come through, and I can just do protection with this. I only really need 1 of these to protect this zone. So I'll just go and do that. This one here has got a shield, a shield wall. And so what it does is it adds 2 defense to everything else around it. So she's got 3 at the moment. By firing this up as a shield wall, we then get all various sort of effects coming back in through with her. So she's now gone up to 6 actually. So if you've got this actually shield wall is +3 with what actually happens in through that one. So she's doubled her defense against physical attack, which is as I said before, good. That's what we want. And we're going to, we can now smash this one. So I'm just going to go and smash this guy. And then we can come back in. I can actually get this one to go. This one passes through things with the flight. She also has the ability to go into defensive mode. I've got all of these as well. Just going to take the shots. It's burning. Really can't do much. just going to be support, so that's fine where that is. That then leaves this unit. Now, if I don't really want to have things coming in behind me, but I can actually just go straight through to this location here to then sort of defend. That's going to then block things in. This is the one. This one here is the one that's we're sort of got to be a bit more careful of. So I can fly into there. I can get both of them in there and just sort of block them in. It's going to, unfortunately, it's not going to work all that well for me because these knights can then block off my defenses. So any of these that gets a hit will actually then cause me damage. We also have another knight there as well, and we also have another support unit back there. I forgot to see that one. So let's go and just start to work on this one through here. And so this one here, we've got up to 9 defense now with her, because we should have this one here. I'm going to put into a shield wall. That will then make this one go up to 12, which means that I can still actually go and hit this one a little bit. Not that we're going to do too much. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it going there in that case. Yeah, so very minimal damage coming back the other way. Just leave that one where that is. It's just got a warding ability and warding ability there. And this one as well. Just move this one up. I might use this one to just help take a bit of the heat off this unit, because we can then move that one into the fight, and it will then be able to share its damage to this particular unit here. So that's all good. We have spells now that we can also then use, like Ignite. I might use that. Got Burning. Just start to get this one. This is the one that was the most dangerous. You really can't do too much. You can come down and do damage down through here, but now that we've actually got the shielding, that's going to protect the giantess fairly well. Alright, so we'll end our turn. There we go. So it did what we thought would happen. It was a critical hit. It's been blinded. The defensive units are not very strong in their attacks, but they're good at like they don't take much damage. So the Sworn Bond just is going to take minimal hits. All right. So we've just got this one soaking up the damage here. Now we can kill this one off. The attack that we end up having is our standard swiping melee strike does a lot of damage. We've got 3 shots at this, and we can kill off both of these just in the one go. So there's no friendly fire. So even though it's coming back this other side, we're not doing any damage there. And you can see there we're going to be killing both of these units when we sort of have a look at this. So I will just go after this one here in the middle because it's going to take more damage. So we'll just go this way. And that one's down. That's good. I'll just move this one around again. 80% chance there. We'll take that. This unit here, I can either do damage or I can just go back into defensive shield mode, which is going to be good for me. This is actually an entwined protector, which I forget where we got this one from, but we picked it up from somewhere. This one has the ability to heal itself up if it needs to, and then it will enter defense mode. We'll just go into defense mode here and just take the hits from these, even though it's going to do some damage. If we do get misses with different things, there's a chance it can hit something else in and around it. Okay, now we have the shock strike, which will then kill this one off. So yeah, I might as well do that, I think. Alright, so that's now down. And then this one as well, I'm just going to go and protect the rear. And so with this one, all I'm going to literally do is just go and put it into defensive mode, which then means it's protecting these areas. Nothing can walk down through that area. Now we're going to be able to smash this one as well. Now this one, you can see they protect very well. We don't do all that much attacking with what we've actually got, so we'll be able to do some damage. Taking a bit of damage there. We did a critical hit there, which is good. 65%, I'll still take it. Critical hits again, which is good. This will then reduce their morale, and so the morale with these critical hits is that their morale is dropping, and so it's now got negative 26 morale, which is low, which means that there's a 20% chance now for this unit to fumble, and so it's got, and the reason the morale changes are -5 hit by critical attack. You can see there that was the most recent one. Its allies have been killed. We've killed like 4 of them. And our ally hero was killed as well. And so this is actually, so there's extra damage to their morale is then done. If we have a look at our units as an example, this unit here, its morale is really, really sky high because for the opposite reason, which gives it a critical hit chance of plus 20%. And so you can boost the critical hit chances, which are quite powerful. Yeah, this is going to potentially kill it. If I move up to there, I then have a 90% chance. This is where I've got to then think, like, is it worth it for the extra? I only have 2 shots. I can test it and see what would happen. At 90%, we don't get the kill, but we get it a lot closer. But if I just go back to the back end of this, I'll just undo. It's actually better for me here because of that 25% extra that we end up getting. That then makes it, the chance of then getting it and having it burn will actually be a little bit better. So I'm going to go back to 65. There's only a 10% chance we missed from this one. From the other one at 90%, we're not going to miss, but there's still a 10% chance of a graze. Let's just go this way. There was a graze. So we got 3, we didn't get the kill, but we're extremely close now, which means I can just finish it off with one of the other units. Might as well move this one up. In fact, I can then just finish it off purely with this unit here. 1 shot will do it. And then we can move on up. Just move them up. Alright, that's fine where that is. There's no one really close to dying, so I won't use any magic abilities on this one. I won't cast any spells. Next unit, so I can just go through and in the game, if you want to just use keyboard shortcuts, 2 will always be defense, so you can always just go through at the end of your turn if you're wanting to sort of do it just by pressing the number 2 key. So just go through and just make sure that everyone has moved. Now there's a 5% chance there, but that's now risky because there's a good chance I'm going to hit something else around it. That's not bad. I'll go that way. There, graze. Alright, that'll do us. End our turn. Now that cancels the retaliation and the defensive mode, which then makes it a bit easier for it to be hit. But you can again see that the damage that's being done to it is minimal, just because it's so good at defending itself against physical attacks. Okay, here we go. So we now have the next part. A 55% is not fantastic. If I move that one up to there, then I move this one into here, I get 80%. I will take the 80%. And I'm going to then move this one in behind it to get a flanking shot. So I'll start to do damage. Now this one you saw there, it's changing to white, which means that its morale has really suffered because it just got another critical hit, and hit by a flanking attack as well, has now really reduced it down. It's got a 40% chance of fumbling every turn, and its morale, it's almost ready to run. So one more critical hit chance will actually pretty much finish that one off. This one here, I've got to think about what I do with this one because we've now taken a little bit of damage. Now I can smash that one, but I can do that with other things as well. Just move that one up. We can't do much else there. Damage. Yeah, so I can actually, I've also got pass through on her as well. She's got these ethereal greaves which allow her to pass through obstacles. So she's really well decked out. Now if I move into there, I really only get the one. Oh no, I do get both. I'll go that way. There we go. That's been destroyed pretty much, or this is now going to run. And so with this unit through here, this one is now essentially running away. Like you can see, it's now flashing consistently the whole time. I can kill this unit off. And so that one is not going to stick around. Which means we've just got one left. Clear shot through there. Go on the fire. Critical hit is good. I'll just leave that one where that is. 25% I won't bother with. 25 I won't worry about either. Again, just because I'm more than likely going to hit my own people, so I'll just leave that where that is. This one here, how's its morale going? Its morale is actually still okay. So this one is still in the fight, so we'll end our turn here. That one is now running, so they're now running. So we should get a now notice saying, do you want to stay? Actually, no, it's still staying in the fight. That's interesting. But this should now be the end. Yeah, that one's now definitely running. So we'll kill off that one. Do you want to claim victory and win the battle immediately? I'm going to go no, because there's only one unit left and we're going to get the kill anyway. So we'll just go and smash this. There we go. So that's a bit of a fight. Hi, Omega Warriors. How you going? Daz loves his dwarves. It's funny, actually, I prefer elves. Believe it or not, in this game. Yeah, elves are my favourite. So we've killed off essentially the defences here. So we'll that was good. We took a bit of damage, but nothing too much. We've got a level up there, which is good. So these are now going underground, and we do need to finish this off. Okay, we scavenged. Okay, we did scavenge these things. So there's some good stuff here, actually, that we did pick up. Not so much the feudal shield, the striking typhoon. I can then pick this one apart and get some very, very good binding essence. But I'm going to open up my hero screen, because this one here, units in the army cost minus 10 unit upkeep, and army trainer units in the army gain plus 10 experience. And I'm thinking that I might get that one for her, I think. Oh, hang on. I want it there. So I'll throw that one into that location. Now she is using a Warhammer, which is a tier 1 primary weapon. Sweeping melee strikes is what she gets for that particular Giant King Warhammer. If we go back, if I just go and confirm that one, if we go back to the primary slots, and she can't use it. These are just for humans, or for small size. This is like a giant weapon. We could make one though for her, something big and strong, if we wanted to. Like, it's actually a good unit because it does actually have multiple hits. The swiping melee strikes that it does actually have. So we could actually go and rebuild another one of those and make it into something more powerful. Anyway, that's there's nothing else we really then need at this point in time. If I just go to none. Yep, no, that's okay. We'll just go and close that one off. So, and I don't really want the others with that other weapon. Like this one here is using a Staff of Spider Summoning. I'll keep that one where that is. I don't think there's much else that we've got. Staff of Decay and the Frosty Construct Destroyer, which we don't really need. This one here is using a tier 2 heavy power cleaver. This is, if we have a look and see what that one could do. We do actually have Striking Typhoon. Disables the secondary area, so we wouldn't be able to use the shield, and also we wouldn't be able to use the mount. And I prefer to have this mount. So all of these, Lightbringer is only a tier 1, so the tier 2 is better, what she's got. And he is just using a tier 3 Avenger axe, so he's actually sort of fairly well decked out as well. We do have the basic feudal shield there. There's nothing else that we've really got. We've only got feudal shields anyway. So we'll close that one off. And he's got a like a Thunderbird mount. So a lot of my dwarves have got very, very good mounts. There's nothing else in through there. Let's just close that one off. I'm thinking that what we might do is actually build something special for our giant. Actually, I need to get this other one back. Get the Fireforged Stone back under control. So let's actually wait until I've actually got this location. So you can see they've got some defences there, but it's not really much here at all. We're going to have to besiege this. So we need this one back under our control. It's a safe battle, actually. It's saying we can actually do it as a battle. I don't think they've got anything to protect themselves. Just do a quick save here because I'll just... that one can't... She can move off. I'll just auto combat this. That's fine, so she's gone. And this is a piercing amplifying mantle. Tier 3 isn't bad, and a cavern bear as well. Let's just go and open the hero screen again. And she can't use mounts. The giants don't get to use them. Can't use a mount with this staff. What do we have? Oh, she's gone up a level as well. We do need to go and get her leveled up. It's just resistant plate there. If we go back to the magic user, it's got the amplifier of hexing. piercing amplifying mantle, so plus 20% magic damage, ignores status resistance, and plus 1 status resistance. I'll go and throw that one in there and confirm that. So we've got a lot of things we can now start to pull apart, which we'll do fairly soon. Can I move her in? Got it back. Okay, so what we're going to do is vassalize this one again, so we'll get this one back to being one of our vassals, and that way we get the Fireforge stone. So let's wait until we got that, and then we'll start to build some other equipment. Alright, so that's all good where that is. So we'll start to just move these up and out, away from here. Oh, actually, Umbor is under siege. 2 turns until the breach. Well, we now need to move these in. .16, what's their strength? Theirs is very, very high. Can we summon anything that's going to be useful? I might bring this one in. Get a couple of them in just to help protect this one. Now that's besieging there. If I just move this one back into about here somewhere, I can then just move down next turn. Let's just leave that where that is. Hero leveled up. So this is Ruwala, the Death Knight. Yeah, while army leader, all non-hero units in the army gain 10 hit points. I don't mind that. We've sort of got a lot of the miscellaneous things. Second wind, 1 hex of extra movement for 1 turn. Slippery, it's not too bad. And we've got this one over through here, Frenzy. When this unit lands an attack, it gains a stack of strengthened. That's not too bad as well. And coming back down this other side. Yeah, look, I might start heading down this way. So we'll just go and smash that one out. So we'll close that one off. Seeing a few of the chats, through a few of the comments here, guys. I'll just start to read back through those. Okay, so Blackburn the First is saying, does morale suffer only from crits or just more from crits? The morale suffers mainly from unit losses. So when there's unit losses, it can suffer from, like you can actually do it through magic as well. Like you can actually have attacks that actually drain your morale, and so you can also have even just area of effect things like if you can actually have equipment on units that can actually also just drain morale if they're standing next to them every turn, like 5 morale per turn. And then there's other things that actually enhance your critical hit chance. But generally a normal hit won't actually impact the morale, but a critical hit chance does. So crits going in do actually boost up the morale. There's certain other units as well that aren't really impacted by morale, like undead units don't really have morale type problems all that much. So they have sort of like limited. They don't sort of turn and run essentially. So it's more, different units have got different abilities in that regard, which is pretty cool the way it sort of does work. T5 Cats saying very strange, and so prefer Cat Girl says T5 Cats and breakfast. So and then on the other in YouTube we've got and 5 Deaths is a party of adventurers. So there we go. Hi Sedgehammer, how you going? And James Mez is saying I built a custom world with fast infestations. Boy, that was a mistake. The whole overworld was infestations, sitting out 3 to 5 stacks at a time. Wow, yeah, love the Combat in Age of Wonders 4. Just wish there was some sort of middle ground between full auto and manual battles in multiplayer. Yeah, it's sort of, Yeah, I don't play multiplayer because of the because pretty much for that reason it ended up getting bogged down. Battles tend to take so long that only play by email makes sense. Yeah, that even then it would be hard to do it that way. So we've got a whole lot of different things that have come through here. We've got the remains of Bor Acker have been collected, the remains of Baron Acker, Joanne Acker. So these are all feudal lords from this particular location. And Bald Acker have all been collected. and so actually Ruula has now completed a major ambition, which is pretty major. So she's now winning combat in enemy territory was a major ambition. So she's now done that. Gives her extra renown. Now she wants to be pillaging, which we will get to at some point. So her levels through here. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just go and close that one off. I've got to say, I'm impressed that the AI has come to besiege the city and not just raid it. I haven't seen that before in the game, which is very, very cool. This group is only 416, 154. It's going to be tricky, this one. This is going to be a hard one. Going to be a hard one. Right, so we'll just keep on going back through all of those. I'll just right-click on that one. What we can do is have a quick look at our at the heroes in the prison. So we've captured this one. So Joan and Acker. This is the one that only had the staff, the spirit staff, which we don't want. Go to the crypt. So these are now the Ackers, the Acker family. Inspect. Yeah, nothing there. This is the one that was carrying the big equipment, which we ended up dropping that. Yeah, basic stuff now. I like this as well. Like you used to have to get rid of them in your crypt to pick up the equipment. Spirit orb is something that I won't worry about it. Let's not worry about it. Alright, so that's where now what we've got after that particular one. Bulletin, produce the stonemason. Academy, 6 turns. Tower, Apex. It's 10 turns for that one. Mage's Guild. Let's go and grab that one. Dungeoneering conclave there. And produce defender. Dragon Gate, grab another province. You're going backwards now with the mana. Hurry the recruitment of that one. Get a defender as well. It's not going to get there in time. There's a scout that we've got. We've got the Zephyr Archers. Select new research. That's good. So awaken tools, underground vault. So special province improvement. +3 gold per adjacent dungeon province. +1 binding essence per adjacent dungeon province as well. Counts as a mine. Awaken tools is going to give us It does reduce city stability, but it does give us draft and production. I think I'm going to go, and we've got Call to Glory as well. Turn on friendly units for 3 turns. Turn on friendly units. They gain +5 morale. This is the start of your turn. So this is actually where we can sort of overcome it's a combat enchantment. So this one will allow us to overcome negative morale. We'll go the underground vault though, I think. So now I'll just leave that one where that is. We were going to move off once we actually had the next group. Let's just go and go underground again. It's hardly worth it. No, I'll still do it. Just keep it going. Again, I can't really get back down to help out the others. Move that one in. Just leave that one there for now. Right, this is going to get interesting here. I really like that this independent army has actually gone through like this and actually, you know, declared like is besieging this location. Okay, what did that one become? So we'll move in again. This one can actually get all the way down to here. And so we've now got a 500 odd, 1 turn until the breach. We've got 500 odd there, and we have 150 odd there, going up against 800 there. So, and we can sort of see what we're going to have, like just a lot of like wind rages. These have got whirlwinds and so on and so forth. So we're going to need. I can't build anything here while we're under siege. So all I can do is I can bring in a magical creatures. So we'll keep on doing this. So what does Call Militia do? Summon 2 militia, which are polearm units. This is going to be tier 1. Well, that's pretty better than that, to be honest. So it gives us a couple more polearm units. Now, this is what we're going to be wanting to do here is actually moving. We've got 2 of these. We've got that one. Move that one in, and I'll move one of the other archers in as well. That gives me a like a fairly well-rounded stack in through here, like lots of protection. Yeah, we've got probably enough now to be able to defend this. This should be an interesting fight. Oh, he's actually now suffered another loss back over here somewhere. This is why I'm thinking I'm just going to ignore what's going on here, and just try to defend that myself, and then use all the other forces to do the jobs that we need to go and do. I'm going to leave that one where that is. These don't move very fast underground at the moment. They should be moving quickly, and it may be these. But no, I think it's everyone. Come back into here. Yeah, there's nothing else we can do there. Keep them where they are for now. Alright, so we're going to end our turn. This still got one more turn until the breach, so this could be interesting actually, to see what actually happens under here. So page down. Will they do the attack or not? And we don't have this yet. Next turn I think we get that. Yep, so that will be vassalized in one turn. Alright, so we'll end our turn here. If they attack, it's going to be interesting because they've got some pretty high level fighting units. Alright, so they're coming with a combat enchantment. Units besieging the city take 20 physical damage and suffer exhausted at the start of combat. Okay, so they're actually taken, what they've done is they've actually gone in to get, wow, this is actually a risky battle. It's 800 versus 800, so it's very, very even. But they've actually gone in with a, where they take a little bit of, like this is the units besieging the city take physical damage. Now this is actually going from Marauder Guard, which is, I don't know if that's ours or theirs. I think that's a combat, like that's something where they can actually then push the siege forward a little bit. Anyway, let's do manual combat here. So we have an advantage. They've got a level 7 guy here, which is a Spellblade, which will then have some. He'll have different abilities, which will cause us a lot of troubles. He's got some tier 3 units, like a Bastion, which is a very, very powerful shield unit. He does actually have a Bronze Golem, which is a big polearm unit as well, tier 3. 2 of these Wind Rages, which we'll have a look when we get in there, plus a Iron Golem Assistant, which is not that powerful, but again, more of a, we'll be able to sort of deal with those, I think. So we'll see how we go with all of our different units. So we'll just go and do manual combat. So this will be quite different from the previous one. This is actually now going to be a very, very even, and we have to win this. So we may be save scumming. The game does sort of encourage the save scumming. So now they didn't actually pull down the city at all. Now they've just cast. We might actually turn on the so we can see what's going on here. So they all took a bit of damage in through here because of the attack that they're going in. That's going to be to our advantage. What else have they brought in? They've brought in these onagers, so they're going to be using these to cause some issues. They've just got the one stack coming in, and yeah, that was actually that. They begin the turn with that attack coming back in. Some of these take hardly any damage. You can see this one has got incredible physical like protection. These guys here, not so much, although the 9 is still very, very high. The Wind Rages, if we have a look and see what they can do. This Whirlwind always hits, so deals damage to all adjacent enemies and displaces them up to 2 hexes. So we have to be careful of that one. This one again, they can run forward and then sort of go and do it, and you can see that they can run forward a long way. Do they have pass through? Offensive formation? No, they don't. I don't think they do. Elites. So quick look and see. Elemental. Fighter units. Floating. So it's floating, not flying. And there's no pass through with this one here. So it is actually like a sandstorm. So that's essentially what that is. It's like a sand elemental. Another one back over there. This unit here with Provoke is going to be a problem. So it grants a 90% chance of inflicting Taunted on an target enemy for 2 turns. That's going to cause us issues. But luckily we've got pretty much just all low level units. So we're going to move the Peasants up, the Militia. These guys are going to have to try to get onto a position where they can cause damage over here. There's nothing that really... The Onager will have the ability to smack through, launches a massive projectile, unit has to reload the next turn. Now this is it does 20 physical damage. It's not his line of sight, but it can actually reach everywhere. So Sif's saying, how goes the war down under? Yes, no, it's this is interesting actually. This is we've been besieged. So what we need to now do is also get our forces up to be able to then take on these guys. We need to move across as quickly as we can. They won't go this other side, they're going to go in the middle. So we need to plug the gaps here. Like we've got 1, 2, 3 really. 3 gaps that we can plug. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one back and central. The Militia won't really have a lot that they can do. It's going to really fall down onto these defenders, I think. So we'll move that one fairly central. They're going to be provoked by this guy. Which direction I want to go with these. We have a vantage point there, not going to be able to really make use of it just yet. Move those across that way. Keep this one fairly central. If they come in this direction, I can then just pivot back with these other units and then start to close that gap up. But I don't think that they will. I think that they'll actually just move straight down. One thing we have to be careful of, deals damage in a 1 hex cone and inflicts weakened. So this is a bronze golem, which is a much more powerful polearm unit than what we've got. First strike, charge resistant. It starts off exhausted. Yeah, this unit does not generate hit points on the world map, nor can it be healed using spells. Okay, that's fine. With exhausted, weakening cleave, first strike, heartless. So you can see through this has a negative 50% modifier on morale changes because it's not alive. Yep, so reinforce as well. Alright, so that's a construct. It is susceptible to lightning damage, but we don't actually have anything that does lightning damage. We do fire damage. So we'll keep this going in the corner here just so we can see if there's anything special that does go on. There's nothing else for us to do, so I'm just going to end my turn here. Yeah, they're putting up a wind barrier. They've got Fortune. Here they come. Will it taunt anything? Not yet. Got a 25% chance there. Well, I might as well take it. Missed with both of them. They're all just going to have to stay where they are. I might flip across slightly. We've got 10% chance here. They've got the Wind Rager stuff happening. Immolate. If I can get them all burning, that would be good. Unfortunately. Come on, critical hits. Alright, we did a little bit of damage there. I'll leave that one back. Need to get rid of him. Resisted all of those things. You've got a bolstered defense, so his defense has now gone up. So +1 defense for 3 turns. Alright, so that's so that one used. What did it use? Anyway, we'll just keep it going. So the others really we can't make use of any of the others here. I'll just get this one ready. Whatever attacks in the middle there, it's going to be this guy here will come in and do an attack into there, and then we'll try to finish that one off next turn. So there certainly are some damage that they can do. He's going to use his taunt, I would think. Yeah, it should be interesting. It should be interesting. With the fact that we've got spells, I think is going to help us enormously in this. I don't know if they'll actually use any. No, he's taunted that one, which means that we're going to target him. Oh no! I didn't know it could do that. This is where we may have to rethink what we're doing here, and not let that happen. And again, to drop these like this means that my putting my units where I put them is not good at all. So it's almost a restart at this point in time, because I didn't realise that they actually destroyed those things so easily. It's now burning. Immolate. It's going to cause issues. Can almost get that one. I think I'll just restart actually, because I'll restart combat. And again, the game encourages this because this is the way that you do it. So the mistake I made there was to assume that I was going to be protected, and I really shouldn't have done that. I should have gone into the middle with my protection and and then protected essentially where my range units were going to ultimately end up being. So let's go and do that again. This time we'll set them up in the correct location. So again, it's just going to start with the with that problem that they end up starting with. So the onagers are an issue. And do we start to use the spell? I think I've still got to get rid of this guy. I think he's the key to it. So we'll so what we'll do is we'll start to now move into the middle areas. So I do actually have one polearm there, one polearm over here, one there, and then we have the spellcaster in the middle here. So that then sort of changes things a little bit with the onagers. This was a good spot for this one. You can see there it's a battlement, so it actually gets extra damage from standing on that location. need to bring that one through. In fact, I can make it just a 1 by 1 if I move on to there. So I'll do that, which will then allow me to start to make better use of these. And then we do want to keep this one probably on this other side again as well. So they'll still go off and do their own thing. Just 5%. If we have a look at our unit here. So fiery arrows. So a base 60% chance of inflicting burning effects are increased for single shot attacks. We've got purging arrows as well. Raiders of the Deep. And then seeker arrows, +1 range. Yeah, there's nothing there really. Like some of the other units, like I think that the mage. Some of them end up with. Is this flame strike? Deals damage in a 1 hex radius. Let's go and use that. So I can actually do that one. And start to cause issues here. And that has caused burning on these units, which will then make it easier for me to then use the immolate. Now if I use ignite, I can kill off one of these, but again I'm thinking I can now do the same damage down through there if I use the now that these are burning. You'll see that with the with immolate, so any enemy units in a 1 hex radius sustain 10 fire damage, sustain an extra 15 fire damage if they're burning. So they're actually, all 3 of these are burning, which then gives me a big advantage. So I'm going to go and smash that one into there. And just let that one come up. Okay, so that's now taken a bit of damage. Still don't have any real advantage here, but we'll just go for the shot. We missed and hit the ones behind it. And we did get a graze there at the back end. And so even though we only had a 5%, it means that we've re-rolled a 30, like under 30. Sorry, essentially, no, over 70. If we have a quick look at that, well, that last one was a where is it? Shoots bow. Yeah, rolled to hit 87, needed a 95. So we actually rolled, if you minus 25 from that one, you end up essentially with a with 60. So sorry, is it 60? No, 70. 70? Yeah. So we rolled an 87 anyway, which gave us the graze. So we did a little bit more damage there, which is actually good. We'll just close that one off. And then we do actually have, these are the units which we can now sort of start to use to defend. Bring that one more central. And I'll get another shot, a single shot there. Now they're going to break open up in here. Missed. That's okay. Now there's definitely going to be a shot coming in this side, I would think. Alright, so that's really all we need to do here. Everyone else can now just go into defensive mode. So this should be a much stronger defense that we now have. Been taunted, which means it's going to come down. That one's still okay. No, that's not okay. That's okay. Because it pushes things out. So that was taunted, so it was going to try to get to that particular unit. Got a 50% chance there. We have a 90% chance there, but no real damage being done. Back over here. That one's only got a 25 that way. And a 5 that way. Remember, these are still burning. So, I think it is. Yep, that's still burning. He's still burning, and one of these is still burning as well. So I'm going to try to cause the one that's not burning, which is this one here. It's exhausted, bolstered defense, wind barrier, which then makes it difficult for us to hit it. Well, I might as well go for this one here, I guess. There's a chance if I can get a graze. Getting the burning on that one would be super useful. No, it's always going to be a bit risky. Let's try this one. And let's try this one. Actually, I can get the kill here, so I'm going to go for the kill. And if we then go with the immolate, I can almost get the kill. Couldn't quite. I might as well go for the attacks in through here. It doesn't matter if we lose these units. I'll come down the hill here. I'll do the charging strike there. Start to attack this as well. Just need to get one of these to protect, well, one of these units, won't really matter whichever. Okay, then we can just use this one to defend. Put the shield wall up there. And in reality, I need to be protecting this one, but this one's not going to go off and do anything. So it's been taunted, which means it's only going to attack this unit back in through there. So I do need to now take this one in. I think I'm going to set that one up as protection. Just go into defensive mode there, and similarly through here, just go to defense into this other side as well, just to protect this unit a little bit. So this one is not protected at this point in time, but we should be able to now wipe this one out, get this one eventually. That will then weaken their ability to protect these with their wind aura. Bolstered resistance, fortune as well. Next turn he's dead, I think. So that's all we really need to do here, I think. Been stunned for a turn. Defending is good for us. Should be able to spin us around. No, he's just going for the attack. Big damage because we couldn't get a another. Yeah, so he's gone in to try to finish this one off. Great. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they've still got this shield unit through here. And that's now burnt. So their leader has just died through burning. And we've been stunned here. These are going to be firing next turn again. We do actually have like a the immolate again. If we do that in through there, it's not going to cause. I'm just going to cancel that for a second. Need to get some more of these burning. So hard to get those other ones. That one is burning already. Got this one now as well. So that will cause all of those to burn. Yep, so they're all now burning, which means that we can now use the immolation again to get the extra 15. To do even more damage. So this unit is basically dead. So 20 there and 25. And your greys. We did remove its resistances, which is good. Still coming through. Okay, we can kill that one there. That's going to then stop. That's going to allow all of our other units to have a much better attack. And we all went. That was all that little sort of smiley face was everyone from our side suddenly got a bit more excited. And a bit happier, with what was going on. We've got this unit here, which we can now bring in. Again, I'm just going to lock everything in. So I'm just going to keep that one as a defensive mode. And I'm going to put this one into defensive mode as well, which will then bolster both of these. So shield wall goes up. There's no, like if I attack, this one's going to die, so I'm just going to go and put that one back. We've still got these now that have to then go and fight this one. Now we've still got fire coming back in the other side here. I'm going to move this one down and put that into defensive mode and put this one into defensive mode and just let that one do its own job just for a little bit longer and see if we can then sort of get rid of it other ways. So yeah, the Chalkholm used a Steel Fury Chant, so they've actually used that one on their units, but they're down to just 3 units now. So and 2 of them are burning, which is actually, is that one burning? Yeah, that one's still burning but only for one more turn. So so we know this is going to be a bit of a hard one to destroy. It's going to do a lot of damage to us, but if we can just stay defensive, we should be okay. What I might do is I might move this one across as well, because I think we're going to need to ultimately come through the middle here. Let's just go and keep on bolstering them up as well. That then bolsters this guy, but not that anyone can really get to him easily. Okay, we'll end our turn. Yeah, that was a spell that they cast. Causing damage down here. Yeah, so they're now trying to move back the other way. Yeah, so they're focusing on that one unit. 65% chance there, 65 there, 49% chance of causing this to burn. And again, I'm going to be wanting to do damage probably to the 2 big units. resisted burning, and resisted burning, unfortunately. It's only 15% there. It's a 40 there. That did cause burning. Lost the unit that was over here. I can go around the other side, but I might as well go through and I might as well at least get the job done here, I think. Before I do it though, like these are both burning, so I'll try to take these out with the spell. Immolate. Okay, we don't have enough casting points. Just go ignite. Again, this is the more dangerous unit. Cause the burning there. I can kill that unit off. I can kill that unit off. I can kill that unit off with this, so we'll do that. So we're going to start burning. And that's now make this one even more unhappy. So its morale is starting to drop a little bit. I don't get the kill there. I'm going to move this one out and around. I'll get this one burning. We'll just do the shock damage here. That will cause this one to be even more unhappy. We've still got 2 more turns while these are loading, so they're still loading up. And so we have to try to kill this one off next turn. You can't really get anywhere. Just let it do its thing for a little while. Yeah, it's getting ready to run. It's now fumbling. So now we have an advantage. We can get to here with 50%. That's a 50% with 2 shots. We'll take that. Now the flanking will also then make its morale go right down. So its morale is now in the very, very dangerous position. We've got a 65 there. We'll take this one. Critical hit chance of 20%. Got rid of its bolstered defense, and so we now should be able to kill it off. Yep, there we go. Got it. Good stuff. Okay, so we lost a couple of units there, but that was good. So we defended well. So that was good. Actually, that was great. Close that one off. Okay, we got the Flamebringer of Dragon Slaying. This is a tier 4 primary weapon. From Champion Wizard King. Spellblade Death Knight. So, yeah, it's got Provoke. Yeah, it causes stunning as well. So this is really quite cool actually, but does it? Yeah, it disables the mount slots, which I don't really want to be using that. So we'll just take the reward, but we can start to make things very soon. Okay, well that worked. Let's just go back up at top. And we've got the ruins here. We can now go and fix these up. We'll just repair those. They'll be back, so we will need to get another stack. They'll be back even more powerful. So we need to go up and finish all of these things off. We've now got this one back. Actually, now we can start because we now actually have, we should see it in through here. City was released as a vassal. Let me give them a Whispering Stone. And we won't bother boosting allegiances or anything. Yeah, so Rings of Binding collection is now completed again. So this is actually, we've now got the Fireforge stone back again from here, which then gives us all of these. And the effect of that is we end up with heroes gain +1 defense, +1 resistance, and plus 10% bonus damage. So we've got all of those. We also then can sort of do other things with the artifacts. We can then sort of, with the items we can then go and make. So we've acquired that one. Remains of Thallium Stone Axe have been collected. So this is the tier 7, the Horned Miners from the Overworld. Dragon Gate has produced a Town Hall Citadel back in through here, which is good. We need to get this one up. If we go back into what we can build here, I can now build Zephyr Archers as well, which I think I'll actually do. But these dragons, would like to get these. We need a Town Hall, a Grand Estate. I'm going to start to grab some of these. I'll get that one straight away. Yeah, this becomes a much more powerful army, having Zephyr Archers in it. So we'll start to bring more and more of these in. They're a very, very powerful archer. Silverfoot is now a vassal. So their allegiance is bad at the moment. Anyway, we'll just let that one sort of continue on. These guys, I'm just going to keep them back where they are as well, so they can sort of defend the realm. I'll grab a Zephyr Archer here as well. Well, that was a good little fight actually. That sort of was that was an interesting one. I don't know if I want this zone. It's just a scout. I really don't need that. Just take it up this way. I think we've already been... No, we haven't been fully up that road. Okay, well, that was good. At least we've now got Severford back. The army that attacked it wasn't even there, so they've actually moved off. We'll leave that one where that is, but next turn I think we can start to move off and clear out that that quest that we've got. So Dragon Gate, really I need to make sure that these have got much better protection than what we're seeing through here. The arcane battlements. It's funny, it doesn't show us what we get in terms of the actual ability to sort of withstand sieges. As I came, yeah, during a siege, but the siege amount that we end up getting. Like these things here are all quite important that we end up getting. Lord's Manor, that's 12 turns away. It's only 13 turns for this, you know, and then we can start to get dragons. Yeah, I think we might go that way. Actually, stone walls. Let's just bolster some of these things up a little bit before we go up the other way. Bathhouse will be wanting that one. Yeah, some of these we want to get pretty basically. Again, we've got so much money. I'm just going to hurry the production of the walls. That'll get us up to 30 protection. I might forget about the defender. Just because it's already costing us a lot of mana now. The armies that we do actually have. Get that mana obelisk. And that's pretty much it. Which group that is. Oh, ghost ship, that's okay. It's just spawned from somewhere else. It's not really going to worry us. You're insulted by her again. What's she done now? Negative 800. She'll be at war with us very, very soon. Okay, so this one has now come back to Dragwell. This is the leader, so he's now come back. We're going to be appearing just here, I think. No, we'll be even closer, I think. Just go a page down. Where's that? It's right there. Yeah, so we're just going to come in just north of where he is. So we'll definitely come out this way and then put the pressure on. It's another army. What's it doing? Oh, it's defending. It's got the little... so it's defending that location there. Arcanium ore. Actually, we were going to start to create, weren't we? So if we have a look, we've got 205 binding essence and 185 binding fragments, which are the hard thing to get. So we've got a bit of an income with this, and so we're going to go across and start forging. So what I want to do here is I'm thinking of forging a better weapon for our leader, if we can. Great hammer. Yeah, none of these are really what we need. I don't know if there's going to be giant weapons. Here we go. Here's the giant weapons here. I like the idea of the hammer. The war hammer. So if we throw that in there, we can now get different infusions for it. Now the first one that we've got is basically a physical damage, but we can change this to, for example, fire damage. If I don't change that, it's already got one anyway. Let's just go that way. So we'll make it into like a flame hammer to start with. Then we have the ability of infusion back over through here. So provoke, execute, so assassin strike. So it deals 25 damage when flanking, which is not really going to happen, but power cleave. This one attacks units in a 1 hex cone. We don't need that so much for this hammer anyway, to be honest. Provoke. It actually chews up. I think execute will be the one that we go for. If we even go for it. Actually, no, it should be okay. No, that does take up one. Let's go and remove that. And just see what else we can then go and get. So we've got all these different things. We've got life stealing. So we could get that one. That's going to take up 2 points. Retaliator. Infecting, we don't really want that one so much. plus 20% critical hit damage. Animal Slayer, inflict bleeding, inflict burning. Again, I think that would be a inflicting burning. You saw there with the mix of that with the power is actually fairly good. Rune of Power Rock. So this is plus 3 physical damage, a 60% chance of inflicting bleeding as well with that one through there. Got inflict marked. So base attacks have a 60% chance of inflicting marked. That then makes the ranged units, so it gets less evasion. Slowed. Inflict weakened, inflict wet. So we don't want to do wet. Weakened is a good one as well. Let's go weakened. Let's go marked. So it makes it so much easier to hit them. This is item tier 2 at this stage. We've only got 3 or 5 infusions. So forge that only for 180, and we've got 205 at the moment. And so this one, the next one would be, yeah, we've got that one through there. Inflict slowed. I mean, life stealing is not really all that important to us. We really don't need it. Critical hit chance is not a bad one. So now we can no longer afford to forge it. And that's 4 of 5. Oh, did we not do inflict burning? There we go. So that's probably what we would want. So this is a now tier 4 unit. It's going to cost me 100 of these points, and I need 350 back and through there. So if I go back to the arsenal and look at what we see, this striking typhoon, I just really don't need this. I've got no one that can really make use of it. So we might as well ditch that one, I think, or disenchant that. That gives me enough now to forge this in 3 turns. So this is the weakening flame bringer. So we'll actually go and forge this particular one. So this will be a much more powerful weapon for our giant. So stronghold produced a shrine. We can expand again. I'm going to have to start building roads actually as well. I need to get mana. There's more focus crystals down through there. Yeah, I'll get that one there. Alright, that one works out okay. Focus crystals. Yeah, so we just got that. That's now 2 of those that we've got. Forged a defender. There's nothing else we need there. Ground vault. Well, there's one of these wind rages, so we can go and grab one of those if we wanted to. We've got a dust storm there as well. Abducting cyclone. Pulls the closest enemy within 3 hexes to target empty hex. It's an interesting one. I think we'll be using all of our flame spells though, so I might just go for the Wind Rager.
Yeah.
Let's get them all ready to go above ground. Okay, let's go and deal with this quest. Might switch some of these out away from some of these other groups now. Get the Zephyr Archer in with this group. Alright, we'll end our turn there. So Blackburn is saying, is there a way to decrease the buyout cost of buildings? Not so much, no. It's really the only real way of doing that is just to get more production, so that you end up getting so that you can build them faster. So it's the cost comes down if the more you actually develop them. But in this case, we're just trying to sort of move forward in certain ways, and we've got a lot of money, so the money is not really a problem for us. So we just got to keep things sort of going. New Empire skill available. What was it? This one here. New winning value of 25% chance of gaining it. Yeah, we don't need that one. Look, I'm going to grab that one. I've got a heap of this at this point in time. I can even get that. I'm going to get this, actually, the sieges, because we're going to be doing sieges fairly soon. Actually, advanced logistics, I definitely want that as well. Oh, we're down to 15 now. So this will then give us the ability to move along roads a lot faster. You can see it like this. But we want to come down and head down this way. Now we can build roads. There is a road along here that goes all the way through. I don't really need the road to go down this way, so I don't think it's of great value to us. Let's get off away from the where the enemy is. Just get down ready for this particular attack. So Bulletin can grab another province. How we see which ones have got the dungeons in them. Yeah, that one's got a dungeon now. That one doesn't yet. I think that's the dungeon there. Yep, so we've got dungeons in those at this point. I'm building this one up. Ernball may be better as a vassal, but I'll just keep it there for a little while. There's really not a lot down this way we need to worry about. That's our cap. That's the target that we have. Trouble is, we've only got like if we lose any units, we're going to really suffer here. At least we can get close and then build an outpost close by. Okay, so Sia greets you with regret in her eyes. You're at war. Okay, so be it. I'm not sure. Like, we just come across that one through there. We have better scouting with this unit. So there's armies moving around. If we can sort of catch them, that would be good. It's really just a reserve of units we can then sort of make use of. Okay, well, I'll end our turn here. I'll probably have to start thinking about... oh, now that's a bit of a problem. Alright, so they're actually moving an army down. So they're on the march against us. Yeah, we're losing. We've got a heap of mana stored up, so I don't mind if I get more units. They're denouncing each other. Your rally has started. There's really nothing there that I want, so I'm not going to worry about that. Bulletin. I need to get a road built between Dragon Gate and Bulletin. Another Zephyr Archer. To somehow get more mana. So build the road there, and we'll be able to get these two Zephyr Archers together. So Dragon Gate is now got 30 protection, which is not a lot, unfortunately. Okay, so Sever redeemed a custom reward. Glorious Hero, yeah, we've got some that we can name. Falcons is actually named, but the other two aren't. Now, Falcons is where? He's out there. Do you want Yvain the Viper, which is the one that's going to be tackling this armed incursion? Yeah, I'll make this one yours, Seb, so that if you inspect and we adjust appearance, so there we go. Sev 82, there we are. So accept the changes. So of course, if this character gets killed, then Sev gets banned from the chat. So yeah, everything is going pretty well here. I'm just going to close that one off. Now, where can they get to? They can get right up to there. Which means that that's big stack. Got mage locks coming. Okay, I can also get back to there. So move out along the road that way. End up essentially on the road. I think I'd prefer to be coming back this side. So we'll start to build the road here. So 21 moves there. What can the others do? All right, so we can get most of them down towards the city here now. They're all going to be on that road. We can either move beyond the road. Actually, we can still do this. We can instant move in. So Dragon Moss was saying, someone who has only really tried out Vanilla Age of Wonders 4 around its release, how does this game feel now compared to then? And have they added other stuff outside of the faction? Yes, they have. They've added a lot of stuff, actually. They keep on improving the game. I'm going to move that to build a big road network in there, actually. Now that can then get our forces in. That one can only make it to there. The army is merged. So that one can then come back in, and then this one can come back into there. So that will give us a protective group. Now the trouble we now have is, if you just go back under, I'm going to get yet another Zephyr Archer here. Oh, and I can't rush. Unfortunately, because I moved this one off. I wish I hadn't have done that now. So I was trying to get more of these units coming up. Well, hopefully we can get away. It may be tricky. But I do have to call it quits here as well. So we're leaving it at a fairly tense position, actually. Bring this one through. Yeah, that group there. Okay, let's go and build a an outpost here. Can't do it right next to the city. Damn. So we have to build in here. Now the red combat. Yeah, we're inside the combat range of each other. So I'll have to build it here. And what this will then do is it'll allow us to go back and heal up if we have to. So if they come back at us, it's got 40 defense. Move that one in. Okay, so I've got a cursed tower over here, which is a gold level. So no one's got that one yet. Required. This is just a scout Just bring the scout through. Start to see things. Well, I'm going to save it here because if we end up in an attack, I don't really want to be playing it. I'm going to have to call it quits. But let's just end the turn and see what actually does happen for the start of next turn. Like, will this force here, will Kaya Gildencrest actually come through with his dwarven reavers? Let's see what happens. Now, I'll just press the O key. So observe mode disabled, observe mode enabled, and then I can also just put observe enemies mode enabled. So I'll do that one. It's just pressing the observe mode, which means it'll flick to it. No, they move back. The threat is too great. Okay, that's interesting to see. Now that's interesting. This is not good. There's an invasion force coming in against one of our vassals. Alright, so we've got this one here which we can't get down and get access to easily. This is actually a difficult one for us. What we can do though is come back through the other, like Dragon Quest, whatever the city is. So we are going to have to go underneath now and finish off and clean up that area. Okay, so Starry-Eyed Enlightenment. So Stargazer has discovered a new star in the sky. Yeah, what does it do? So he's gained plus 100 knowledge income. Declaring wars is always unjust, and any wars grants 200 Imperium. Perhaps now's the time for peace and wisdom. Not yet. All right, so our force that was sitting here was then too powerful for their force. That was interesting to know. But we now have another problem where we need to get down to that other city. So we're going to start to do that one. Yeah, black flags on the horizon. They are indeed. And yeah, Steve's saying Bert Black, the famed pirate. So in we go. Yep, so this is saying banned forever, or is it just a little while? Whatever is shortest. It's for 30 minutes basically. I can do normally it's an hour, but I'm going to have to try to code my chat bot thing into having an hour ban. It's got a longest it's got by default is only 30 minutes. But anyway, guys, I'm going to probably just leave it here. I think. I mean, we've got these guys are going to now have to. If we have a look and see what they can do. If I go underground, so they're going to have to come down here. They can get there in 3 turns. Hang on. Where's the... where are they? They were just being besieged, weren't they? It was definitely Nabbington. They came through here. I am a bit shocked as to what's happened there. Or they've already claimed it? No. Yeah, it's vassal to us. What happened there? That's very strange. Anyway, we've got our weakened Flamebringer. Maybe we'll just play one more. We'll open the open this one through here, so we can now bring this tier 4 unit in. So we'll actually now equip that one. So we'll confirm that, which is good. I think it's saying Archelot is one of the game's settings for your eye that you didn't know earlier, Daz. Try it sometime for a different challenge. Archelot. It's one of the game settings. I don't know that one. Game's pre-made realms, I would say. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know that one at all. So, yeah, so Steve is saying Burke did get one of the vampire pirates named after him in the Warhammer game, so technically he is canon. Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is. Okay, so anyway, that's just close that one off. So she's now got the the powerful hammer. Chalkholm has set a war party as a star trail. Oh, they're trying to make peace, I think. Well, I'll make peace with you. Alright, so we're no longer at war with them. We shouldn't be. I don't know what happened there with that group. Well, that means we can now go back, I'm assuming, to reclaim or to redo this. Message received. Yeah, so they're sending a war party in. Got the outpost in here now. So now what we need to do is we're not going to have peace with this unit. We're going to smash him. Chalkholm also sent one. This is actually the problem one. So they're the ones. It's a big city, big-ish city, and it's going to. Yeah, they're going to be able to sort of march down into our main cities, but we need to clean this capital off. Spell's ready to cast. With the wind rages. I'll throw one of them in there. The only reason we're building this is just so that we can heal up if we have to. Oh, they've got a shop there as well. A Wrangler Ogre. Well, I think I'm going to leave it here. You're starting the siege. It'll take at least 4 turns there. God, did we do it yet? Did we do it yet? I think we're going to be powerful enough. So he's back there with a stack. Yeah, let's go for it. Start. And we'll add siege projects to it. So burn the battlements. This is going to have a 25% of chance of being on fire at the start of combat. That would actually be pretty good for us. That's new actually, I haven't seen that one before. Undermining the walls. All wall objectives are smashed at the start of combat. Wall obstacles have a 25% of being destroyed. Tower bombardment. Start of battle, random tower unit takes 20 physical damage. So what have they got? They've got archer battlements, caltrops, raiding party as well. The walls are breached. Yeah, we don't need that. Headlong assault. This is the one where the others did. So they get the +5. Actually, this is completely different now. This is actually, I was wondering why it was so difficult to get the fortification damage. So you can actually push this one to get a headlong assault, but the others just are things you have to then go and grab. Used to finish, so you take 20 physical damage at the start of combat. Yeah, we've got 3 of these we can put in. Well, let's burn the battlements. Let's undermine the walls. And the onagers were quite powerful against us. So it's still going to take 4 turns to siege. Actually, I quite like this. Actually, it means that it's much more tricky. If you take this one here, it's going to then add. We've got 11 at the moment. That would then make it say 16. We've got 40, so it would be 3 turns. So I don't really want to be doing that. And I think the onagers would be a good thing for us, just for doing damage. So yeah, still going to take 4 turns. So I'll close that one. So that's actually, this is again another change that they've made to the game. I wasn't even aware that they'd done that. And then we need this one to come in as well. There's a Carnival of Flash there. Pillage that one. There's a Spelljammer there, which we'll be wanting to get rid of. We'll just do it bit by bit. Actually, what I should have done is, if I abort that and go back into my, I should be able to pillage. Whoops, hang on, goodbye. I should be able to go and pillage quickly, I think. Yeah, it's there. I'm not even close to it. Okay, forget that. We've got 2 turns for this one, so we'll definitely will pillage that one. Spelljammer, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a look and see if this one falls in what it falls into the range of. Yeah, no, not quite the Spelljammer. So I can't get both. I would like to, but it's not going to happen. Now if we can kill off their giant as well, so we'll do this next turn, the next time we play. Got the Mages Guild back at Bulletin. I might as well just get all this one ready. I'll grab that one. Province in here, and again I want more mana. Alright, so we've got a new tome. Maybe we start off Tome of the Dreadnought. Call upon the power of the mighty machines to obliterate your enemies with powerful barrages. Wooden metals. I like the idea of this, ironclads and so on and so forth. These are tier 3s, tuning kits. I think it sort of works for us. This is Terramancy. Actually, this is the new stuff. This is what we should be going for. Yeah, summon rock giants, seismic shock. Yeah, we'll go this way, even without looking at anything else. That's one of the new ones. This is Geomancer as well. Yeah, let's go back to Terramancy. That sort of works for us, I think. So this guy is saying how you see Age of Wonders 4 compared to to Age of Wonders 3. Is Age of Wonders 4 a lot better than 3? My only problem is the map size. Want them to be bigger before I can buy it. The maps are good. Like it's sort of. Hang on, I'll just let this one go. Okay. What have we got? We've got seismic shock. I'll just have a quick look at this one here. Then we'll have a bit of a look. Earth Shatter. Quake. It's a terraforming spell. This one here is a damage debuff spell. I might throw that one in, I think. Start of the turn until this unit moves. It has plus 30 damage. Oh, hang on. At the start of the turn. Until the unit moves, this unit has plus 30% damage. Yeah, let's go with that one through there. The leyline focus for battle mages. Alright, so I'll come back to the orders next turn, next time we play. If I was just saying, by the way, Daz can stop at any time. Yeah, I always tend to want to just play a little bit longer than what I really should. So anyway, Skay saying, how do you see Age of Wonders 4 compared to 3? Is Age of Wonders 4 a lot better? It is, in my opinion. It's sort of what it does, like in a really, really succinct way, is it makes the, like in Age of Wonders 3, it was all about getting to your tier 4 units so that you could actually build stacks of Doom. Now, it's, to an extent, that can still work, but typically it doesn't. Like if we just go back up to where our army actually is. So what you'll see is we've got some very, very powerful units, but the actual units themselves now are... so we actually do have, in this particular army, we've got a level 8 giant, so she is high. We've just got these tier 3 units in through here. It's still not late enough in the game to get the tier 4 units, but these are sort of... This is not really well balanced because I've got too many shield units with this particular stack. So I should actually see if I've got any others that I haven't really been looking at the composition. Yeah, so in this case here, I've got like tier 1 units, and they're still valuable, really valuable in the actual combat. Tier 1s, tier 2. So the actual combination of the forces is so much more important than what it was in Age of Wonders 3. Getting a balance. You know, I've got range, I've got mage, I've got a charging unit, 2 shield units, and then we've got a another sort of shield unit type thing in through here as well. So there is actually, so these are, so just the balance of the forces is super, super important. This one I'm just going to keep back for a little bit. I don't really want this to be caught up in the fights just yet. Oh, maybe I should. Maybe I should bring it in. I should bring it in. If they attack it, it's going to be it's going to mean that the 2 strongest ones will then join with it. We'll just see how we go with it. The other thing is when we go back up, the actual maps themselves, like we're struggling to do everything we have to do across the range of the map at this point in time, and we've only just seen, like we're still, like that's the map that we're playing on. The maps actually expand depending on the number of players you've got playing, so you end up with quite large maps. So we've got like one attack going down in here. We've got one group that we're trying to move across to finish off a quest up this way. We haven't discovered any of this yet, and it's around about turn 70, so it's fairly late. The underground we have, so we've got the underground as well. Like the underground, we're pretty much know what's where, but we haven't really gone everywhere yet. This is our holdings through here, the various cities that we actually end up having. So we've got 4 cities, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with what's actually going on. So it's actually, it's interesting the way that the game does work. So so Sky is then saying, but can you have 4 players and the largest map, or you need to have all players in to have the big map? So in this case, the yeah, so well, the map size I think grows depending on the number of players and depending on the settings that you've got. I'll just I mean, we're sort of ending this one now anyway. I'll just do a save. Yeah, turn 68 is what we're on this point in time. If I just go back out as if we're going to start a new game, and I haven't, I've just found the balance of it to be really, really good. So I haven't even bothered changing anything. We'll just exit the game to the menu.
Choose your destination.
So this is a relative map size. So it generates a map based on the number of players with a variable distance between player starting positions. So I'm just playing on medium. So you've got very large as well. I mean, if we go and have a look at that with, say, only 4 players, and just sort of see what size we end up with.
Your journey starts.
I'll just grab any old player for now. So we can have a bit of a look to see. And there may be mods as well that actually do change the size of the map. I would think that would be something that people would mod. Yeah, so Toothless Shark saying that. So Daz doesn't have the mod, by the way. There is a bigger map size with it. Yeah, so I would assume that would be the case. And if we just go in and zoom out, it's a bit hard to sort of gauge the scale of it. But that's you know, for a 4-player game, that's actually pretty big. That is a big map in this game. So, but yeah, if mods would, I'm guessing, add to it. So it's official mod actually, so made by the devs. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that. So if I'll surrender this one because I don't really want this one to be around. So I'll exit the game. Yeah, if we have I'll just have a bit of a look and see. Or you can look. It's if you just look on Steam. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits there. So thanks for watching, and yeah, great game. Anyway, yeah. So Skay is saying I forget it. Paradox. That's why DLC spam started. Yeah, there is a lot of DLC. I've got to say though that the DLCs have been good. So the like in this, like they're not been frivolous. Every DLC has actually added some good stuff to the game. But you don't have to have the DLC. The game is actually fun even without the DLC. Anyway, guys, going to leave it there, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.